Now, let's take a look into how the process is working exactly with the unconsciousness and the consciousness. Let's take the example of a non-customer, a user, for example. So a user or a non-customer might have seen some advertisements on LinkedIn, for example, if you're B2B, or B2C of Facebook, Instagram. So these are first advertisements where they got a certain association to the brand. So through the brand marketing message, they start to get an association and they perceive that on an unconscious level, on that emotional level. And imagine now they are going through a shopping center. Now you provide, for example, creams or cosmetics. And they are going through that sales store and they see in the corner there your brand and see the salespeople. And based on how the store is made and the people, what they wear, they start to create an image and an association of the brand and the potential sales experience or buying experience in that physical store. But they still haven't bought something about it. This is something that they perceive really within seconds. And in that seconds, they kind of create those associations to the brand. Now the product, the same thing. They pass that sales area there and they see, for example, product packaging. Now the product packaging is always really, really important because this is the same thing. They get associations through what they feel when they put it in their hands, the design, the colors, everything, where they get an association of maybe the consistency of the cream and the association to the brand message. Everything that I just described are sensoric elements. So what do I see? How is the brand message designed? What text, what music, what storytelling? What is the product package all about? So these are sensoric elements that through that we perceive and associate things. Now, the bigger circle here is the storytelling of all aspects. What do we mean with storytelling? Now, in marketing, we are talking always about integrated marketing communication. What does that mean? So on each and every customer or user touch point, the message that the user gets unconsciously should be the same thing. Now imagine you get a brand message saying we are helping you out everywhere and we are here for you, and then they are going into the sales store and the salespeople kind of have the attitude of, well, you're not that important to me. This is kind of the feeling that the non-customer gets. The user starts to have a dissonance in their brain, which means they don't understand and they kind of lose a little bit the trust because the brand message was completely different than the sales experience now with the salesperson. So unconsciously, the same experience, the same emotional experience should be experienced from the brand message through the salespeople, through the product with the consistency. And this is storytelling and this is integrated marketing communication as an emotional experience. Now let's take a look at the customer. What changes with the customer of a specific brand? Now, a customer is more in his consciousness because he already knows the brand. He committed himself already to the brand, the product, and he already knows where to get the product. So these aspects are already in his consciousness. And there is already an emotional bond there that doesn't need to be created. Now, when we go into the subconsciousness, so where is still an emotional engagement possible with a customer when the first three aspects are already set? This is direct marketing. So this goes into the loyalty management. Everything that goes into a product and marketing communication on that area, this is where you really still create and enhance this emotional bond. So everything in direct marketing is really still in the subconsciousness. And also the storytelling in that area needs to be the same thing. So branding and newsletter marketing should have more or less the same values that they're sharing. So this is the difference. Now let's take a look in a specific example. Now we have here Sensai Cosmetics, right? You see that advertisement here, you already perceive something and you already associate something with the brand only based on colors. And this is exactly what I just explained. Let's take now again the non-customer case. Here you have the brand. You see the brand in that advertisement, Sensei, based on the very few tags that is on that advertisement. You understand, oh, it's a high quality brand. It seems to be an exclusive brand based on the colors that I see there. And the pictures show the black and white, the contrast, right? And you see kind of a softness here with silk element. And then the tonality of the text, noble silk, well tended, all of these aspects create associations in your mind. It's already that you kind of want to try out the product if it really feels from the consistency what the advertisement is just saying. Now, you know then the product might have silk ingredients. For sure is in a high price segment based on what you associate only with those pictures, and there's not a lot of text in it. Now, for non-customers, imagine now they have seen that advertisement and they are now doing vacation in a 5-star hotel, because this is one of the distribution channel for Sensei. And they book a massage, they book a self-care day, and they kind of get into contact that this 5-star hotel has also Sensei in their elements there. And now you understand, okay, so my association of an exclusive brand is like a fitting storytelling to selling it into a 5-star hotel. Now, and then you get maybe the possibility to take a care day with Sensei at this 5-star hotel. And then you feel that product. All of your associations that you got previously from the advertisement, from the experience in the hotel, then you will finally have the final sensoric element where you feel the cream on your face. Now, all of this creates an association of exclusivity and softness. And the storytelling is consistent in this case. Consistent integrated marketing. So from the brand message until I try this product out, it's always high quality, silk, noble. The associations are everywhere the same thing. Now the question is, we are here already in the communication part. Before you even start to design a marketing communication, you need to start yourself, okay, who am I targeting? So what is my segment here? We will cover that at a later stage. But to come to this really consistent aspect of brand, product, sales, you need a reference point. And this reference point is the segmentation, because then you will know how to design, what text you will choose, etc., etc. Now, but first let's take a look into the customers, okay? Because customers perceive that differently. Now, the same thing here, Sensei Cosmetics. Customers already have committed to the brand, to Sensei. They go and buy that brand in that hotel or in that high quality shopping center. They have that emotional bond to the product and maybe also to that sales store and to the salespeople there. Now, what really still is an emotional unconscious trigger is our direct mailings or direct newsletters. There you also can play with pictures and also tonality and consistency of the product to really inspire people to buy more. But also there, okay, you need to understand, who am I going to send what kind of newsletter? So again, we have here the reference point of a segmentation. So the segmentation really has multiple aspects. That's why I'm saying segmentation is the compass for everything that you do in marketing. You decide based on the segmentations which media channels and what kind of brand marketing I'm going to post where, and what kind of product development am I going to do, what product am I going to develop for which kind of target group. And what you also need is, whenever you are doing a marketing campaign or a newsletter campaign, you are sitting in front of your CRM and you need to know, who is my segment? Who am I going to send my newsletter? And finally, also in sales management, you need to understand, who are my customers exactly? and what am I going to offer them? So in all these areas, as you can see here on the right, most of the time the segmentation is based on social demographic data like age, income, household, things like this. And the persona approach is oftentimes just a fictional story. For example, like John, 35 years old, digital native, etc., etc. You might heard about this. So in some cases, personas are made of social demographic data only, or you have additionally psychographics, which is like values, attitudes, and those models are created in market research. A lot of marketing campaigns are based on those models or only on social demographics. In some cases, especially in CRM, you'd also take behavioral data from your CRM. So when you know a certain segment and you know what they bought, for example, and now you want to do a cross-sell campaign. So this is now what is actually the case in marketing. And always the reference point is the segmentation. And when you have a proper and right segmentation, then you understand, okay, how do I need to do my marketing activities?